Oh, and we are live. Welcome to another edition of PowerPlay904, the YouTube show with my best friends. My best friends. Man, I sound terrible. Excuse my sickness. But I'm alongside with my best friend, TC.
What's up?
My beautiful man. Amish, the most
What's
beautiful.
up?
Look at the
Woogity.
And the guy who took a whole hour to get this thing set up.
It took an hour to switch browsers.
Just to switch browsers.
When you put it that way, oh my goodness.
We needed our producer to come in and tell him to switch browsers, and that's all that needed to be done. But we are here. We are live. Another great edition of PowerPlay904. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing all right. TCJ looks stressed.
Yeah, because it's only showing me, and oh wait, that might have worked. Keep going.
Well, I want to bring up the fact that all of our teams are playing like one another tonight. The Rangers are playing the Sharks. The Flyers just played the Lightning, and Lightning took what was the final score in that game?
5-1.
Oof. How does that make you feel, Connor?
It'll be fine. It'll bounce back. 5-1 hurts, but it's not the end of the world.
Who's at net for the Flyers right now?
I think it was Neuvert to start. I don't remember.
Now, TCJ, your team has probably one of the top backup goalies in the league right now in Aaron Dell.
Before we start talking about that, can I have a brief silence for my fallen hero?
What?
Joe Thornton going down with the may or may not be torn ACL, or not ACL, MCL.
MCL, yeah. Well, hopefully he's down.
Quote, severe MCL injury, whether it's torn, sprained, whatever. We have not figured that out yet. They said that they're going to wait till the swelling goes down, and then we'll go from there.
Do you think he retires at the end of the season?
Depends. I mean, if he has surgery, probably. But knowing Joe, he'll play until he's like physically unable to play anymore. Considering he played in that Oilers playoff series with a torn ACL and MCL last year.
What a guy! It's the power of the beard.
Yeah, it's kind of like the time of year, but with hair.
The beard.
But anyway, you said Aaron Dell. So Martin Jones went down with. I was not asking what Aaron Dell and why he's playing, or I wasn't asking for information on the Sharks. Okay.
I was asking what are the Sharks? The Sharks asking price is for Aaron Dell come the trade deadline.
So the current plan, I believe, is so his contract's running out. His contract expires at the end of the year.
Yes.
I believe the current plan is to keep him for the run this year.
Unbelievable.
Because they need to keep Martin Jones fresh for the stretch run and into the playoffs. And there's a lot of value in keeping a backup goalie, a good backup goalie. And I really think the only way that they would trade Aaron Dell is if someone offered them like a ridiculous fee. Like if Ottawa was just like, yeah, we'll give you Mike Hoffman for Aaron Dell, like straight up 1-for-1. Like, of course, the Sharks would go for that. Unrealistic, but like that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. It'd have to be a really good deal that would meet the Sharks' needs for this year for them to give up Aaron Dell.
So basically, what I'm hearing from you is there's no way the Sharks trade Aaron Dell at the deadline.
Yeah. I mean, or it would be like the Islanders if they thought they were going to make a run this year. Like they thought this was the year they would, if they were like, hey, we'll give you a first-round pick for them. The Sharks would probably do that. But other than that, I just don't think it's in the cards for the trade deadline. It will be one of those things where they trade his rights for like his UFA rights or whatever.
So, Connor, do you agree that you guys need goaltending? Is that a fair guess?
A little bit. I mean, we did extend Neuwirth last season to a two-year deal, so he'll have another year on his contract. Brian Elliott has played pretty well for them when the Flyers have needed him to. He's just been overplayed, and he's been kind of trailing or trending downward because of that. But I think after the break, he should be fine. Neuwirth has been shaky this year, but he's only a backup, and he isn't playing that many games. So I wouldn't say it's a need at this point. Maybe someone other than Neuwirth might be an improvement, but there are other areas I think that could use more work than say the goal. And we've seen from Neuwirth that he can play at a higher level than he's been playing this season, but the coaching staff has not put too much confidence into their backup, because even when he's been healthy, they've been going Brian Elliott, and you're like, there's no way this coach believes in Neuwirth's ability to consistently play well. So I think that's really the issue, and I think you're seeing the effects of that tonight with 17 saves on 22 shots.
Ooh.
Rip.
Well, speaking of that, I do want to bring up our beloved Icemen. They won last night, 1-0, and the shots were 29-10. The Icemen had 10 shots.
The Icemen had 10 shots and won.
The Icemen had 10 shots, 1 goal.
Then this reminds me of the results versus for the process argument we were having earlier today.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, this is that. I guess that is, yeah. But it's unbelievable that was even that's just unbelievable. 10 shots, 1 goal, and you win a hockey game. That's crazy.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but the main reason why we are here, we're all here today, is it's All-Star time. It's a very wonderful time of the year, All-Star time. We've got 3 of the divisions covered right now. Connor and myself are Metro guys. Amish represents the Atlantic, and TCJ over there represents the Pacific.
The Western Conference.
The Western Conference.
We need a central guy. Like, this is the season to have someone who's a Central Division guy.
I have a friend who is a Central guy. He's a St. Louis Blues fan.
Ooh.
So I'll have to hit him up for any of our Central questions. But you can check out the rosters on our Facebook page at PowerPlay904.
Yes.
Cheap plug. But I don't want to go into too much detail in the rosters. What are you guys looking forward to most at the All-Star game or for All-Star weekend?
I like the accuracy shooting, because they've got it so that you can't choose your targets anymore.
Yeah.
And I think that'll be really interesting. I want to see if there are players that'll hit the wrong, like they'll go to shoot, but it'll change or something.
And TC, I'm glad you spoke up first, because I actually also wanted to ask you. You're in Tampa right now. The All-Star game is in Tampa. What's the vibe like in Tampa right now? Is it a lot of hockey going on? Do you feel like hockey is the main thing right there now that everyone is wrapped around? Is it cool? What's going on?
Well, it's hard to say from my personal experience, because I am mostly connected to the university area. And I was out of town last weekend until Sunday. So, I mean, the Stanley Cup was on USF campus Wednesday, and I got to take my picture with it. So, to a degree, and that's with the Stanley Cup there, you have all of these different hockey jerseys come out just to take their picture with the Stanley Cup, which was cool. So, there's certainly a buzz, but I'm not sure I'm the best barometer for it.
Did you go alone to see the Stanley Cup, or did you have friends with you?
Well, it was in the middle of Bull Market, and I had friends at Bull Market, which is like this event on USF campus where they have all the different clubs have their tabling. Like, here, come to our event for this. So,
what were your
pretty central location on campus.
What were your friends' reactions to the Stanley Cup being there?
I mean, they didn't have much. They're not big hockey people.
They didn't think it was
as a surprise in Tampa. I think a few people thought it was really, really cool, but I don't think they knew it until it was too late. But they were standing by their table in eyesight of the line for the Stanley Cup, and I was just standing there like giving them thumbs up and just the biggest grin on my face.
That's
like an idiot.
Exciting. That is exciting.
Vinny, can I break some news here?
No.
Is it breaking?
It's breaking.
Is it about Joe Thornton? Is it about this tweet that I just got?
Yeah, that he had a procedure on his left MCL.
It's not really
return.
It's not really breaking news because it's literally what we just said, that he's having like stuff done on his knee and there's no timetable for return.
Well, I mean, we didn't know until just now what exactly it was. So yeah, he's done.
So is
done.
That like the season?
Yeah. I mean,
that's unfortunate.
It's a surgery to repair his MCL. Like he's done.
That sucks. That hurts.
It's a big
So,
anyway, sorry, continue.
No, I actually will ask you a question about that then. TCJ, since you're really a Jumbo fan, that's why you're a Sharks fan right now, correct?
No, I was a Jumbo fan first and a Sharks fan. So
that's what I'm saying. That's why you're a Sharks fan.
Yeah.
So if Jumbo's hurt, do you stay with the Sharks or do you explore other teams? You see what other teams have to offer?
Vinny, I've gone through so much with this team that I'm not leaving.
He's not a bandwagon fan.
All right. Leaving would be for wimps, and I am not a wimp.
Yeah. But Amish, what are you looking forward to most for the All-Star weekend?
I like the slap shot, the hardest shot challenge.
Ooh.
That's always fun to see how hard they can hit that puck.
So I'll give you a set. Who do you think is going to win that contest? Do you have an idea on who you think could win that contest this year or not?
I have no idea. Usually when Chara's in it, but
yeah, he's not. He's definitely not an all-star.
Yeah, he's definitely not there.
Bring up the roster.
No, yeah, I have the rosters right here. I'm just gonna bring up like the guys who could possibly be contesting.
What about like Hedman or PK? I think
Hedman's hurt.
Yeah, Hedman's hurt. That's right. My bad. So PK.
No.
Possibly Stamkos. Like he could be up there.
Stamkos. Well, Cooch.
Alex Kucherov, that's right. He's up there. He's got a slapper.
Yeah. I think
but I feel like he has better stick handling, so he might be maybe puck control.
TCJ, how's Burnsy's slapper?
I mean, it's okay. I think it's like mid-90s. I think it's where he was at the one year he did it. It was like mid-90s.
I don't see too many. Maybe Johnny Hockey? Or he's doing accuracy shooting, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, Johnny Hockey wouldn't be able to. I mean, maybe Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I don't recall a time seeing Oliver Ekman-Larsson getting a chance to fire a clapper in the All-Star game. So maybe Oliver Ekman-Larsson can represent the
Ricard Raquel.
Maybe. Probably not, though.
Brock Besser.
Yeah, there you go. TC, what are you most excited about? Or TCJ, what are you most excited about?
I mean, I'm just kind of excited to see what all the different new events look like. I'm not sure if I'm really excited for one particular event, but I'm interested in seeing how this redone skills competition looks like, because it was pretty boring last year. So
yeah, other than Mike Smith's cross ice goal.
Yeah, and that saved what was probably the worst event ever in skills comp history.
Yeah, but TCJ, I guess I have to ask you: do you think this All-Star game is better on paper than last year's?
This joke will never die.
Nope.
Never.
Nope.
Never, ever.
Never.
Very underrated. It's a very criminally underrated joke.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Highly underrated.
I'm most excited about that the goalie challenge. I don't remember what it was called.
Ooh,
The
yeah,
save streak?
Yeah, it's like it's the streak challenge where each goalie will basically come up and try and test out, see how long they can go with each player coming out to shoot on them as a shootout attempt. And I don't remember the exact rules, but I remember there was something along with the captains, like if the captain scores, it's like -2 or something. I don't remember exactly the details on that. But that's what I'm most excited about. I think that'll be really fun to see because I don't remember in the past the goalies really having an event to shine in. I mean, mostly during that time last year or the years before, they have like the breakaway challenge or something like that, and it's more focused on the players scoring. But now it's actually really focused on the goalies. So it'll be fun to be able to see goalies like that. It's unfortunate that like goalies like Jonathan Quick have backed out. I really will.
He's injured, so
I know, but it's
I don't know if it's injured or injured, but
I'm sure he's just trying to take some extra rest. He could use the rest coming this first season back fully healthy. I'm sure he just wants the rest. But yeah, the All-Star game, the actual All-Star game itself should be interesting. I'm not sure if you guys have a pick right now in terms of who's going to win it all, but do you guys have any early favorites?
Metro.
That's raw.
Repeat.
Nah, I think Atlanta got it.
Ooh.
What you mean?
I'll go with the Pacific.
Kucherov can carry them.
I'm not gonna argue with that.
But the Pacific has Golden Knights legend Marc-Andre Fleury on their team, and some schmuck named Connor McDavid. So
Flower power.
They could end up with the Vezina Trophy winner and the Norris Trophy winner in the same division, along with the defending Norris Trophy winner too. Just saying.
Sharks suck. But if the Metro doesn't win, I'm obviously pulling for the Metro. I think they're going to end up pulling away. But if
Metro doesn't.
What?
If the Metro doesn't win, it's going to be the Central.
I would go with the Atlantic actually. No, I won't. No, I won't.
Got Mike Green.
I don't want to go with the Pacific because I really don't like TCJ. So I'm going to stick with just saying the Metro is going to win. But really, though, when you look at that Pacific roster, though, it's a really good lineup. You got really young. You got the Rookie of the Year favorite right now, and Brock Besser, then Connor McDavid, and then you throw in Doughty and Goudreau and Kopitar, and it's a
Brent Burns.
Yeah, I wanted to skip Brent Burns because he's
Brent Burns.
He's all right.
In points for out of defenseman.
Yeah, well,
he's all right. He's not number one, so
he started slow this season because I had him on my fantasy team.
If Quick didn't have to take a breather, they would definitely be a favorite. I think.
I wonder who's going to be stepping in for him.
It's Mike Smith. Apparently, Jonathan Quick needs a breather, but 35-year-old Mike Smith is feeling perfectly fine.
Yeah, because he doesn't. He's not like actually playing in the games that he plays in.
Sorry, any chance I get to make fun of the Quick or the Kings or Jonathan Quick, I will gladly take advantage of.
Well, that sounded more like a joke on Mike Smith, but
yeah. You just are salty.
Not really.
Yeah, I mean the Kings do have a Stanley Cup in your lifetime, and I mean the Sharks don't. So
I mean the Rangers don't have one either in your lifetime. So
hey, we're not talking about the Rangers here. We're talking about your Sharks against the Kings. So That's what we're talking about.
When I saw his picture of the Stanley Cup, of like the engravings of the Flyers championship teams, I almost made fun of myself by I almost texted him, "Hey, I'm glad to see you also took pictures of all the Sharks engravings too." But I digress.
There you go. Oh my god, I didn't even realize my computer's on 12%. It must have been the hour that I was waiting for TCJ to be ready.
Plug it in.
My charger is long, long away, far, far.
Get Alicia to get it.
Yeah, nope, she's cutting heads.
Out of context.
She's oh, and she's taking those ears off.
Yeah, she's just cutting those ears off.
Ruthless. Vinny, these are the behaviors of a serial killer. I hope you.
Yeah.
See this red flag.
If anything happens to you, we know who did it.
I fall for the real winners, But man, I'm just thrown off right now. So thrown off. TCJ, what do you got? What do you got for me?
I'm not sure what I got.
This is unbelievable. The hour break really threw me off.
Yeah,
it's just,
I know. So Vinny, you got you're picking the Metro, right?
obviously.
So you got Metro over the Atlantic, and then who wins, Central or Pacific?
Well, that's impossible. The Metro can't play the Atlantic.
The Metro plays the Eastern divisions play each other, and then the Western divisions play each other, and then the winner of those two play in the finals.
So the Metro won't be able to face the Atlantic in the finals. So
no, he's saying in the first round, if you're picking the Metro to win it all, then the Metro would beat Atlantic. Who wins out of the Pacific division, or the Pacific and the
Central?
The Pacific will win that, and then the Metro will shut out the Pacific.
Ooh.
So a rematch.
Shut out. I don't think so.
Henrik Lundqvist will stand on his head and shut out the entire Pacific division.
I don't think so. Bassey's better. He's going to stand on his head.
Not happening.
Oh, it's happening, bud.
Hey, Vasilevsky's getting me points in fantasy, so thanks.
Unbelievable.
That guy's a champ.
But I had to take a peek over at Connor's post earlier today when he talked about the things that people want to hear and his awesome posting abilities that he got so excited about. You also brought up the Olympics. Connor, why the hell did you bring up the Olympics?
Because it's coming up.
It is coming up. And we still haven't heard,
next month.
We want to do that in the next session.
we still haven't even heard any additions of any World Junior players.
I am depressed. I want to see those kids.
And then you put on there the future of Yager. What is the future of Yager?
That's exactly the point. I don't know what the future of Yager is. I thought you might.
He's going to play forever.
For who?
Nashville.
You know what he could do is he could play for that.
They'll sign him.
He could play for that Czech team that he owns.
Yeah. I mean, that's the ultimate backup plan right there. That's the ultimate safety net. If nothing else goes right, I'll just play for the team that I own.
Did you guys see the Team Russia roster and how it's got Datsuk on it and Kovalchuk? And
that's about all I saw.
There's a few other former NHLers in there, and then
we've got your goalie prospect for the Rangers was on there.
Shesterkin. My boy Shesterkin.
Carter's better.
No, he's not. He really isn't.
Yeah. Okay.
This guy, man, I'm telling you, he had he played 70-something games and only lost 15 of them.
Okay.
And posted a 1.7 goals against average.
How do you spell that? Shestyorkin?
Shestyorkin. Shestyorkin. I think his first name's Igor.
That sounds about right. We're just gonna nod our heads and just go. You're right.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah, that's Team Russia's team. They got a lot of former NHLers on there, and a lot of people are going to look at them like they're the favorites just because of how many NHLers they had on there.
I like Sweden.
You like Sweden, whatever you like.
Yeah.
Amish, they have a former Wings player on there, other than Datsuk, in Marchenko. I don't know if you remember Alexei Marchenko. He played for for a little bit, and a former Lightning actually on there. Lightning players on there too. Nikita Nesterov.
Ooh, Nesterov. I remember him.
Yeah, he's on there as well. And then and obviously Ilya Kovalchuk's name stands out because he's Ilya Kovalchuk.
Shapakiyov is also on there. Vadim Shapakiyov, the guy who
the Vegas guy.
Yeah, the guy who Vegas brought over and then sent him back.
Yep.
Also, former first-round pick Mikhail Grigorenko, former Sabre, was also on there.
Yeah, it should be interesting. They have a lot of guys on their team that can really go. If the NHL were in this Olympics, that roster would just look like any other Team Russia roster, full of a lot of offensive power, and then probably would lose it either in the bronze game or not even make the bronze game.
I was about to say, but the problem is that Team Russia is like the Kansas City Chiefs of Olympic hockey.
So the coaching messes everything up towards the end?
Great on paper, not so much in actuality.
On paper.
Man, I am the king of on paper championships, so.
Yeah, there you go, buddy. Oh, wow.
What?
Pecorine shut out the Devils tonight, 3-0. And the Rangers Sharks game just started. Aaron Dell is in net against Andre Pavlik. Should be interesting. Should be very interesting.
Yeah, Sharks moved Pavelski to the top line center to replace Thornton.
You guys are going to end up winning tonight. The Rangers are slumping. It's not good for the Rangers right now. It's not looking good.
They never look good.
I'm actually really worried. They looked good the night they beat the Lightning that one game this year. Remember?
Yeah, the Lightning didn't look good that night.
Yeah, you remember that, though? You remember when the Rangers looked good against the Lightning?
That's all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pity points.
Yeah, pity points. Points are points, buddy.
That's right. We got plenty of points.
Yeah. You even got Braden.
We're leading the points.
You even got Braden points.
You have some to spare?
Yes. I'd be willing to give some Metro teams some points just so Schittsburg doesn't make it.
I'm actually really worried about my Rangers not making the playoffs. To be honest, I'm very afraid.
I can't be having
You
that.
should be.
I need the Rangers to make it so they can knock out the Penguins.
Well, hey, all of a sudden the Penguins are second in the division. Granted, they have 3 games in hand on the Devils and 2 on the Flyers and 3 on the Blue Jackets. But they are still second.
I was listening today that there was the four teams in the Metro, the Rangers, Blue Jackets, Penguins, and the Islanders are all vying for the last spots in the playoff race, and 2 of those teams are not going to make it. And I'm thinking to myself, man, 2 of those teams not making it would be kind of crazy. I mean, the Islanders not making it isn't that crazy, but if you were to tell me the Rangers or the Blue Jackets or the Penguins weren't going to make it, that would be a little bit more crazy to me.
Wait, who are those teams? Penguins, Rangers, Islanders, and Blue Jackets?
Yeah.
Are you assuming the Flyers get the 3rd division spot?
They're in a playoff spot right now.
Well, not since they lost tonight. They don't.
They got bounced from it?
They're in a playoff spot, but they're not in the division spot anymore.
So let me put it this way. I'm looking at it right now. Carolina is in last place in the Metro. And they are currently, let me do some quick maths. They are 3 points out of a playoff spot. There is more separation between last place in the Metro and the playoffs than there is fourth place in the Atlantic and third place in the Atlantic. The Red Wings are at 46 points in fourth, and the Maple Leafs are third with 59. The Hurricanes are dead last in the Metro with 52, and they are 3 points out of a playoff spot.
Oh man, that Atlantic division they're on fire. They're so good.
So last place in the Metro would get you fourth place in the Atlantic.
Yeah, we know this. That's been the case for 2 months.
Since really the start of the season.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
we already knew this.
but that's
way to jump on board this one, Brennan.
Yeah, but that's just like reason like 3042 why the NHL playoffs don't make sense.
Okay, but like the top 3 teams in the Atlantic are actually really good teams. Got the Lightning, the surging Bruins, and then Toronto, which started out really, really hot and has sort of plateaued. But they're still a really good team, I think.
They're a good team on paper, but they haven't really put it all together yet. I said
we need a super cut of every time Brennan says on paper.
Yeah, this is unbelievable every time.
Brennan, they have 59 points in third place in the division. They're not the best, but they're still doing really well.
You're right. Well, I mean, like that injury to Morgan Riley really hurt their back end.
Yeah.
Are you, Brendan, are you saying that Toronto's not that good?
Well, let me put it to you this way. They have the same number of points as the Sharks do. So
that's why I brought up that question. I was about to say if
Brennan, did someone hurt your back end?
What?
Ooh.
Did someone hurt your back end?
Yeah, well, whatever.
You know, my back end was kind of hurting after Sunday. The Jags lost. That was
Oh man,
yeah,
they cheated. They're cheaters.
One penalty for 10 yards.
It hurt. You know, it hurt.
It hurt. Yeah.
Still hurts.
And yeah.
Next year, boys. Next year. But the my computer is about to die though soon, so and I really don't have a charger.
Why do you have a computer that you don't have a charger for?
Because it's in the living room and I cannot get up right now.
You are physically unable to get up right now.
I have a dog and a cat on my lap. I cannot move.
That's almost 11 anyways.
I have to leave this room in like 10 minutes anyway. So
yeah, as I say, we're kind of starting to run out of things to talk about here. So how about we just do some quick closing thoughts? Quick. All right. Bold predictions. Who is your All-Star Game MVP?
Point.
Oh, I like that dark horse pick. I've been on the point train since the end of last season.
Since day one, man, he's been a pro.
I'm one of the earliest proponents of Braden Point.
That boy's got skills.
All right, so Mike's got Braden Point. TC.
Come back to me.
All right, Benny.
Brock Besser.
Ooh.
Good pick. So you're gonna okay. All right. I'll go with Blake Wheeler.
What?
What a bum.
Terrible pick.
What do you mean terrible pick?
Terrible pick.
How is that?
You could pick anyone but Wheeler.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. 54 points in 49 games. What a bum. How dare he be over a point per game?
What a bum.
What a terrible player.
You know, Blake Wheeler is better on paper, you know, so maybe.
Honestly, I've used him in Chell. He ain't that great.
He's a bum in Chell. Connor, what is your pick? Just pick a random player at this point.
I want to say Nathan McKinnon, but I'm not convinced the Central is going to go that far.
That's also not that bold.
No, it's
Nathan
bold.
McKinnon. It is.
Okay, Braden Shen.
There you go.
Ooh, that's bolder.
Braden Shen, when he's good, he makes noise.
It's a much better bold pick.
I miss Braden Shen. Oh, we have Yori Laterra. Who decided this? Who decided Yori Laterra for Braden Shen was a good pick or good trade? I mean, we did get another first-round pick out of it, but fuck. Yori Laterra is not good at hockey. TCJ, you skate faster than Yori Laterra.
The problem isn't skating; it's also stopping.
Run to the boards.
Or just drop.
All right. So we all got things to do. So closing thoughts.
TCJ, are the Sharks better on paper?
Then last year,
Yes.
Just say
so
yes.
like, are you talking about entering the playoffs last year or as a
Stop
whole?
complicating it. Stop complicating it.
It wasn't a serious question.
It wasn't.
We'll just go with. I'll just nod in my head. Yes.
There you go.
That was what you were supposed to. That was what the. Dang it, Brendan! You're going to pull a come from behind victory in fantasy.
I don't know. Though, like my 45-point comeback is pretty incredible.
All right, welcome back, Kevin Hayes. 1-0 Rangers. All right,
Let's go, Rangers.
Victor Arvidsson got you 8.5 points.
It's okay. I benched someone who got 13. So.
Oh, rip.
Alex DeBrincat had a hat trick and an assist, and he's on my bench. 13 points gone to waste.
Shit happens.
I am not salty about that whatsoever. All right, Vinny, closing thoughts. Anything other than asking me if my Sharks are better on paper?
I think the Rangers are criminally underrated.
Ooh, disagree.
I also want to bring up the fact that ESPN has fantasy rugby.
Yeah, it is plastered all over
That's
ESPN Fantasy, which is really weird.
Are they trying to make rugby a thing?
Do they have the broadcasting rights to rugby now?
Yeah, are they going to start at this? Like they're going to put it opposite the Premier League on NBC or something?
That would actually be interesting.
I would watch if it's rugby sevens. I would watch rugby sevens. I don't know if I'd watch like full side.
And right as I started talking shit, the Sharks scored. God damn it!
Woo!
It's because I joined in.
Go Sharks
on you
for today. TCJ, for today only, I am on your team.
How do you let Barclay Goodrow score on you?
Ooh, that is a good question. I don't even Barclay Goodrow.
Same way Kevin Hayes scores on you.
Ooh.
We're starting our backup.
Are you sure Barclay Goodrow is a hockey player, not a basketball player?
I was gonna go with a car salesman, but yeah.
I could do that too.
Guys, Evgeny Malkin had 10 points tonight, and Phil Kessel had 8.
What?
I said,
in fantasy.
Yeah, because the Penguins put up 6 on the Wild.
Yes, they did.
That's wild.
All right. Is that it? Is that all you guys have?
That's it, folks.
Because otherwise, we're just starting to ramble here. Let's shut it down.
We should have shut this down about 20 minutes ago.
Yep.
So
thank you guys for watching.
Sorry, I'm stealing your thunder. My bad.
You take a seat. Look at Connor waving his hand goodbye. He's a beautiful man. Look at Amish. Look at the beard. Just take a second. He's a beautiful man.
Boogity, 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 boogity.
On that note, good night.
Peace.